What's up everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Pam and today I have a tag video for you. Nicole from My Clean Leaves tagged me in the Never Have I Ever tag, and it was started by a girl with a garden, so I will put both Nicole's video and the original video by a girl with a garden down below in the description box. I just got off a happy hour Zoom call. I was already partially intoxicated, so I thought, I have makeup on, why not just film this video? So there are 20 questions here, all houseplant related. And if you don't know how Never Have I Ever works, basically, if you have done the thing that you are reading, then you have to take a drink. And if you have not done the thing, then you do not take a drink. So you've probably already seen this tag a bazillion times, but you know, couldn't pass it up. So we're gonna give it a shot. So let's jump into it. Number one. Never have I ever killed a cactus. But I have an excuse. So unfortunately, and if you're watching this, Heather, I'm very sorry. I unfortunately lost the cuttings of the lifesaver plant cactus that Houseplant Heather sent me, and I have never seen anything die faster than those cuttings did, and it was 100% my fault. I have no idea what I'm doing with cactus cuttings, and I can only assume that that is why it died a spectacular death. I mean, it was dramatic. The thing just went like, sorry, Heather. Pretty sure everything else is alive that she sent me, so yeah. So number two, controversial. Never have I ever taken a cutting that I found on the ground of a store or plant nursery. Contrary to what has been said about me, I actually have never done that. I am fortunate in my life to have never really been in the position where I have felt like I've needed to steal. The last time I stole anything, I think, was at Bradley's when I was 11 years old, and I stole a pink baseball so that we could play baseball. I didn't have money and none of us did, so I stole a baseball. Yeah, it's not to say that I wouldn't. I mean, I guess if there was like a little fallen leaf on the ground of a like Home Depot or something, like, yeah, maybe I would pick that up. It's not that I'm morally opposed. And like, really, do people who like take the very brave position of like stealing is wrong? Like, I mean, obviously. But yeah, regardless of what your definition of stealing is when it comes to taking cuttings from the floor of a nursery, I've never done it. So I don't think I've even seen cuttings on the floor of nurseries. And if I did, I would probably ask, because I'm a very paranoid person, and I would be probably convinced that like I'd be the one they'd make an example out of, you know? But yeah, no, I've never done it, so I will just not drink this. By the way, here's what I'm drinking. This is Justino's Madeira Old Reserve. I don't know anything about wine. All I know is this shit gets you up. The good people of Portugal know how to make wine. Question number three. Never have I ever spent $100 or more on a plant. I haven't. I actually haven't. I have spent more than $100 on a plant order, but it was for multiple plants. Yeah, I've never spent more than $100 on a plant. I don't know that I would. Maybe if I was doing super well and I really wanted the plant and it was like big. I could see myself spending a good amount of money on a very large plant, because like you're paying for the time spent. Okay, so we're doing much better than I usually do at this game so far. Number four, never have I ever bought a plant just because it was trending on Instagram. That's how I ended up with a goddamn fiddle leaf fig. And might I just say, fuck a fiddle leaf fig. I hate that plant. Actually, all ficus can basically kiss my ass. Now, before you get mad at me and hit the thumbs down button, there are some ficus that I like. It's just that they don't like me, okay? I'm just not good at ficus. Ficus to me is like ivy in that I bring it in my house and it is immediately covered in spider mites. So if you're very good at ficus, you have my utmost respect. Here's to you, ficus people. Number 5, never have I ever met another plant tuber. I'm at Summer Rain Oaks, which I have a video. It's just like a small little trip video. She came to Logi's, and I was able to go to the public second talk that she did. She did like a whole field trip with people from New York, came down to Logi's on a bus. Obviously, I'm not from New York, so I couldn't participate in that particular part of the program, but she did do a secondary talk that was open to the public, so I was able to go and meet her there, and it was a really great experience. She is every bit as nice as she seems like she is. Summer is the only one that I have met, and I cannot wait to meet more plant tubers. I actually live not very far from quite a few plant tubers, from Mary J. Plants, from Beantown Houseplants. You know, I'm really hoping to get up to New York and meet some of those plant tubers pretty soon. If the world ever reopens, that would be really great. I'm always so jealous when I get to watch all these collabs that YouTubers do where they get to hang out together, and I'm just over here on the East Coast like. Number 6, never have I ever neglected a plant and purposely let it die a slow death. What are you laughing at? There's a dead plant on the bathroom floor right now. In my defense, okay, in that jar right there, I have a tiny little node that I have been nursing for well over a year, I think, at this point. So don't give up on plants easy, but sometimes you just gotta let it go, man. You just gotta let it go. And I can't just throw out a plant that's alive. But what I can do is convince myself that I didn't kill it, it just died. Number 7, never have I ever purchased a plant and then later regretted it. Number 8, never have I ever bargained with a plant seller on the price of a plant. I have not. That gives me paralyzing anxiety. I would never. I don't, even in places where haggling is encouraged, I cannot do that. I would rather die. I would rather cut off my own face. I can't do that. It's both a fear of rejection, as well as when people haggle with me, like when I was a photographer full time. Was really frustrating. So I definitely don't do that. It's not to say that if I found one that was damaged, I wouldn't ask if there was perhaps a way to get a discount on it. I would definitely do that. But for the most part, yeah, no, I haven't done that. And I definitely wouldn't do it in a small plant shop. Never have I ever killed a rare plant. Here's where I'm gonna spill some tea, guys. Here's where I'm going to break some very sad and perhaps expected news to you. Now I know what you're saying. Pam, that plant's not dead. In fact, that's the Monstera albo that Rachel from Heart Shaped Leaves so kindly, so generously sent to me. But then I shall turn it around and show you that it is but a leaf. A singular leaf, because unfortunately between the two of us we both made the terrible decision to ship this thing in the winter time, and despite the unseasonably warm weather I was having, the day that the plant was on the mail truck decided to dip back to seasonal low temperatures, and when I received this plant the entire node was covered in frost. And I wanted to be optimistic, you know, so like I didn't really accept it at the time, but slowly the node rotted away, just a little by little. It just rotted away, and I would cut off the rot, and slowly we would get to just a leaf. So we have a beautiful leaf in a jar. I killed the Monstera albo cutting that Rachel sent me. So and just so you all know what a goddamn angel. Is that blasphemous? That's probably bad to say. Just so you know what a blessed angel that Rachel is, she's actually air layering me another one right now. I don't deserve her, none of us do. Next question, number 10. Never have I ever drove over an hour to shop for plants. I have done that multiple times. If you're not willing to drive over an hour for plants, do you even love plants? Never have I ever bought a plant that was so large it could barely fit in my car. I don't know whether I should drink or not for this one because I have a plant that I had difficulty fitting in my car because that one's pretty difficult to travel with. But when I purchased it, it was pretty small, so I'm not going to drink on that one. Number 12, never have I ever showered with my plants. Listen, in my defense, it was hanging up in the back of the shower and I just didn't move it. It was unintentional. Please don't unsubscribe to me. Number 13, can't feel my teeth anymore. Never have I ever went on a plant no-buy and been successful. First of all, I don't really go on no plant buys. No buy. On plant no buys. Don't really do those, but I tend to notice that if I really stress out about not spending money, it's like literally the only thing I can think about doing. So for the most part, I kind of went on a no-buy over the winter time only because, especially after the Albo, I really didn't want to risk losing any plants. So in that sense, I do okay. But when it comes to being just generally irresponsible and being like, you already have like 175 fucking plants, you don't need any more. I mean, that strain of logic doesn't usually enter my brain. So there's just a lot of plants here. There's more coming. Number 14, never have I ever gotten a plant for free. People send me plants for free. I can remember when Houseplant Heather sent me that box of plants, just like having an actual moment of like, why are people being this nice to me? And it's amazing. And I have just decided that I have a lot of trouble accepting kindness from people because in my mind, I feel like, okay, now I owe this person and I feel like anything I can provide them is usually not enough because of my own issues. But I have decided that if I wanted to do something super nice for somebody and they would not let me, refuse to let me, I would be pretty bummed out. So I try not to refuse kindness from people and such, have received quite a few beautiful free plants from quite a few incredibly kind people. I have a lot of plant karma. I feel like I need to pay forward this spring. So now that it's warm out, I definitely want to be shipping out some plant cuttings and some general surprises for people. But it takes me forever to do anything, so you know, it'll happen eventually. Number 15, never have I ever bought a plant as a gift for someone else and then kept it for myself. I have once, only once, and it's not that I've kept it, it's just that I haven't heard from that person in a super long time. So I'm babysitting it, I guess, in the event that I'm able to send it to them. I guess because I have technically done it as of now, I still have a plant that was intended for somebody else, I will drink. Number 16, never have I ever sold a plant online. I have not. I have had some experience with selling things online. I had a Poshmark store for quite some time. I did an Etsy store and I was selling on Facebook Marketplace. And I must say that selling to the general public really sucks. And I don't want to do it. So I probably won't ever do that. Number 17, never have I ever deleted mean comments on YouTube. I have deleted a few. I have had men say pretty foul things to me a couple of times, but for the most part, I must say, things have been pretty legit. The mean comments I have tend to be of the backhanded compliment, real subtle, like, you know, the aunt you have is like, oh, you're so sweet, why are you still single? Like that aunt, I have a lot of those comments that are just, I can completely absorb criticism. I'm okay with that. I went to art school for 2 years. There's not a lot you can say to me that will hurt my feelings. I just like to take the attention away from people who desperately need it. We are almost done here, which is probably good. Number 18, never have I ever bought a plant with intentions to propagate its cuttings for sale. Not something I generally do, but I did at one point in time, pretty early on, find a Peperomia quadriangularis hanging basket at Home Depot. And it wasn't so much that I really wanted to sell cuttings of that, it's just that I used the possibility of selling cuttings for that as a justification to purchase the plant. It's like, I could sell cuttings of this and make my money back, which makes it like I almost didn't buy a plant. Do you see why, do you see why houseplant no buys don't work for me? Number 19, never have I ever went to a big Never have I ever went on a big box fuck. Never have I ever went on a big box store run and not gone to the garden center. I have, but only because my family was with me. Last question. Thank God. Number 20, never have I ever met some of my followers or subscribers in person. This one's for you, Brie. It's really, really weird, but it was so cool. I remember getting in my car afterwards and I was on like this buzz of meeting Submarine Oaks, and like as soon as I walked in, she said hi to me. She remembered who I was from Instagram, and like, so I was on like this whole like, I'm a part of this community high, which was like really awesome. If you are one of the people in the community that has welcomed me, thank you. Please don't break your neck on the way into the bathroom. My son has Heelys now. His dad thought it would be a good idea to buy him Heelys at a time when going to the emergency room is a terrible idea. Okay guys, that was all 20 questions. I can't feel my face anymore. Shout out to the country of Portugal for Madeira wine. Part of this challenge is I have to tag other plant tubers to, part of this challenge is I have to tag other plant tubers to do this challenge as well. And I am going to tag Gerard from Gerard's Horticulture Culture. I said it right. Pam from Pammy's Planty Things. And I'm going to tag Maria from Bloom and Grow Radio. I don't know if she's going to do it. I'm going to tag her anyway. So if you guys want to do it, the tag questions are down in the description box below. If you do this video, please let me know. Thank you for watching this video. I will catch you guys in the next one. Okay, bye.
Yeah, live free, speak your peace. Stay humble in these streets, yeah. In these streets. Let's go. Playground parks with the trees and the cars. Brownstone buildings with the kids on the porch. Murals on the walls for the ones that we lost. Bodegas on the corner, let me see what's in store.